What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show, and today I come back with 4 more guys that fit our schemes. And I understand that sometimes some guys you can't really see how they fit our scheme, but some guys that have the talent to really make a difference in our scheme, and these guys are guys that I really like. But again, some guys, they do their job. Some guys just do their jobs. And sometimes that's all Ron needs. But other than that, like I said, I'm now bringing you 4 more guys that fit our scheme. So I'm going to start with defense this time because I was starting with offense, but I'm going to start with defense. On defense, the first guy that I have is Dorian Williams, the linebacker out of Tulane. I like this dude. I mean, this dude gets to the ball very quickly. And not only that, he makes plays on the ball. Like, he's there in pass coverage. He breaks up plays. He does a fantastic job breaking up plays. He seeks for, he's very good at identifying where the ball carrier is going and attacks the ball. He does a really good job all around. Like, I really like the way he plays. Like I said, he's very instinctual as well. Like, he'll see something, get through the hole, and make a play and make a tackle. He's actually Tulane's best defender. But again, like I said, it's one of those things when you see him play, he plays very fast to the ball. And for us, I think that that's something that we would really like. Again, he would play opposite of Jamin Davis. So it's one of those things that if you can't really if you don't need the responsibility necessary of having him call plays and you can rely on Cam Curl to call the plays, this guy would be a fantastic compliment to Jamin Davis. And I mean, he's fast sideline to sideline. Like I said, he makes a lot of plays. I mean, he goes out and he makes tackles. Like I said, the only thing about him is that he looks like he might have to gain a little bit more weight, but even with that being said, the guy plays like, I mean, he plays how you want your linebackers to play. And to me, this guy is very good. Like I said, he's not a liability in pass coverage. So again, this is one thing that I really like. Like I said, I like his instincts. He crashes the line and he gets to the ball. So again, check him out. Dorian Williams, the linebacker out of Tulane. The next guy is a guy that fits the system because where he plays at, they play the same scheme. He's not going to blow you away, but he'll do his job. And that guy is Byron Young, the defensive end and edge from out of Alabama. They play that zone responsibility, that gap responsibility scheme at Alabama, and that's pretty much what we run here. He will do his job. He's not a flashy guy. He's not going to be one of those guys that get you 10. He's not going to get you double-digit sacks. He's not going to do that. He is gap responsible, and that's what he does. He doesn't do anything beyond that. He's not a flashy guy. He's not a guy that's going to blow you away with how great he is, but he does his job, and he does his job well. And that's all. Sometimes for a person like Ron, that's all you need. His transition into our scheme would basically be very smooth. So it wouldn't be one of those situations where you would have to be concerned about the fact of him actually transitioning. So again, Byron Young, he fits the scheme. Like I said, not flashy, will not be flashy at all, but he will get the job done. Now on the offensive side, so a lot of y'all have been asking about running back, and I understand that a running back is needed because with J.D. McKissick not being there, I'm not certain if Jonathan Williams will be coming back, and I'm not really certain what they're going to do with Jared Patterson. But even with that being said, we need a running back that can do a lot. We don't need him. We basically need him to be like a universal remote. because we're going to need him to actually establish himself in other areas so that when we're going into games and stuff like that, we can rely on him to do multiple things, because even with this upcoming season, we're going to be expecting Antonio Gibson to play a different role. And we're going to need a guy that if in a pinch or you need some type of big plays, this guy can come in and stand in and do some stuff, especially in the receiving game. Because again, that's an element to this team that we're going to need running backs in the receiving game. So with that being said, the running back that I like for us that fits our scheme and that does other things that would help us is Jordan Mims, the running back out of Fresno State. This guy's a fantastic receiver out of the backfield. I mean, he catches almost everything, and he does a very good job with. He does a very good job in space. He will have people on skates when he gets out in space. Now, he doesn't have that top end speed that you like, that everybody would like, but he can outrun guys. So again, this is a guy that, again, what makes him a special player is that he'll also return kicks and he returns punts. So again, this is something that we need. We need a guy that's going to take away some of the responsibility from Antonio Gibson in regards to getting down the field and in regards to returning the ball on kickoffs, and at the same time get Dax Milne or whoever away from the punt returning, because they don't create a lot of stuff on here. And what better than one of the guys that is quick and shifty when it comes to playing running back. And again, like I said, his receiving ability is what we probably covet more than anything else about him. And trust me, you will really like this guy. Turn on his film, you'll definitely like him. Like I said, again, Jordan Mims, the running back out of Fresno State. Last but not least is a center. He's a guy that I think that people aren't really paying attention to him, because I think that they're not really certain what they're getting out of him. But I actually like this guy a lot. And his name is Juice Scruggs, the center out of Penn State. I think he's a very aggressive guy. Like he does set up blocks very well. He counters very well. He uses his hands very well. So I really think that this guy is something that, I know there are other centers that are probably better, but I think that he's slightly underrated in this thing, because when I see him play, he plays with some aggression. And to me, that's one of the things that matters the most. Now, I will say this. You're not really certain about how intelligent he is, because you don't see him calling out a lot of line blocking schemes and things. Like, you don't see him calling out plays or blocking or adjusting the blocking on the line, but he does a fantastic job when it comes to blocking. And to me, I think that this guy's probably more underrated as a center, and I think that people aren't really looking to what he can be. He is a guy that will get out on the block and actually will block people out in space and everything like that. He's a very aggressive blocker. So again, I told you guys before, this Eric Bieniemy system, it does rely on agile, athletic linemen, and this guy falls into that category as well. So so those are my four guys that, again, still fit the scheme. I'm going to change it up, because a couple of my viewers, a couple of my contributors, they actually asked me questions, and I'm gonna actually do some of this stuff, because I think that these are some very complimentary things. So one, I'm gonna give a shout out to JC Whiteclaw, and I'm gonna also give a shout out to Washington Football Enjoyer. So this is what so the next 2 days, I'm going to do something different. So JC Whiteclaw asked me, what guys don't fit in our scheme? That's a good one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a list of 5 guys that don't fit our scheme. So then at that point, we can really see that don't fit our schemes. That means defense and offense. I'm going to get 5 guys. So that's what I'll do for JC Whiteclaw. The other thing I'll do is I'll do 5 guys who could potentially I don't really like the word bust, because a lot of guys aren't bust. Sometimes they're not really bust. Normally when you see most guys, it's because they're in the wrong system, offensively or defensively, or two, they're just injured all the time. They're never really bust, unless they're guys that like a quarterback who's been in 50,000 offenses. Then at that time, at that point, his mind is just mush. But again, so I'm going to do 5 guys that don't fit our schemes, and then I'll do 5 guys who have the potential of not reaching their goals depending on where they're drafted. So I'm going to do that, and like I said, I'm going to follow that up on Saturday. So be ready. On Saturday is the Not Mock Draft, the Frustrated Fan Sports Show Not Mock Draft, where I put the guys where they're going to do it. Now again, this is a different style this year because I was asked to do it, so I'm going to actually be doing it for the current draft lineup. I will also make sure that teams that don't pick in the first round, they will get their selections and they will get players where they're drafting. So other than that, y'all tell me what y'all think of my more recent 4 guys that fit our schemes. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Other than that, this has been your man John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.